Hello, and welcome to Self-Care is Sexy. My name is Chris, and I'll be your host. We're a weekly podcast that's here to generate and share self-care ideas with each other. Last week, I had an amazing conversation with a dear friend of mine, Sparks. As a hospice nurse, she is an essential frontline worker, and she shared with us her Keep Clean protection routine, which is an amazing how-to if you have to come into contact with others during COVID-19. She also shared this really helpful box breathing exercise that can calm you and really helps anxiety. And she also shared a really heartwarming story of a client of hers in the last moments of life. If you missed that show, you can always check out our podcasts anywhere. iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, and again, really anywhere you get your podcasts, you can find Self-Care is Sexy. I want to give you a quick preview of what to expect from today's show. Today, we're going to be talking about being touch-starved or skin hunger and how to heal from it. We're in a climate where getting physical affection is really not possible for a lot of us. And we want to offer up some self-care tips to help tide you over until we're safely released from physical distancing. But first, a few quick housekeeping notes. First off, if you are new to the show, welcome. My name is Chris. Our show is based out of Portland, Oregon. We started this podcast 3 years ago as a senior design project by our amazing co-founder, Sarah Cadwell. You can check out her amazing art and design at sarahcadwell.com. And she came to me with this great idea. We just sort of ran with it. And I've learned so much about website maintenance and podcasting and interviewing, and of course, all about self-care. So I share with you all these ideas and friends that I come across, and we gather techniques and perspectives all about taking care of ourselves. So however you found us, I'm glad you're here and taking the time for yourself today. Taking that 30 minutes or so just for you to hear some positivity and encouragement. And if you have a story or a product or something that you do for self-care that you'd like to share, please email me. It's Chris, K-R-I-S, at selfcareissexy.com. All right, let's get to it. Today, we're talking about being touch-starved or having skin hunger. If you've never heard of this before, you're not alone. It's new to me too. But because I insist on being Captain Obvious Pants, and for the rest of us, as far as the definition, it's pretty self-explanatory. Touch-starved means when a person experiences little to no touch from other living beings. So today we have a list of self-care ideas to help soothe being touch-starved and really just good self-care in general. The term is new to me, and I only just heard of it a few months ago, even before COVID hit. I had this friend she's actually been on the show before, and she came to visit this winter, just kind of while passing through. We've known each other since we were kids, and we have that really great type of friendship that doesn't need constant attention. But once we connect, it's as if we never skipped a beat, where we pick up right where we left off. So she got here and she'd been driving for several hours. And when she got here, we were catching up, and she just mentioned that her back and her neck were super, super sore and stiff. So I just offered up a massage with some Deep Blue. Now, side note, if you ever have back pain, muscle aches, or sore from working out, Deep Blue is amazing. You can get it from doTERRA. I swear by this stuff. So I was rubbing her neck and shoulders, and she said something to me that I'd never heard before. She said she hadn't realized how touch-starved she'd been. And when she mentioned it, it was like, whoa. I knew exactly what it meant without ever having heard of it before. And we talked about it. It was really interesting to me. So I thought I'd do a show about it. And then voila, Corona hit. And now it just seems more relevant than ever. A lot of people have been on lockdown for a few months now. And it's seeming like the restrictions are being lifted and we're kind of getting back into the groove. But I don't know if that's such a good idea right now. So the normal suggestions for curing being touch-starved would have included booking a massage or getting your nails done, or even the ability to hire a professional cuddler to combat the touch-starved. But like I said, that's not exactly possible or safe right now. So we have a list of ideas that can help. But the truth is, nothing can replace human touch. These are meant to just kind of tide you over. But always remember that not all touch is created equal. To be most effective, the touch needs to be from someone you trust. It needs to be natural and not forced in any way. And being touch-starved is a real affliction that people are actually dealing with right now. Now, if you're one of the lucky people to actually be sheltered in place with a lover or a partner or family members, it doesn't mean that you're immune from being touch-starved. And if you're not getting enough, it's okay to ask for loving touch and recognize that there are a ton of ways to touch that's not sexual. And believe me, sex is a great form of touch for sure. But maybe consider asking your partner to just hold you or ask for a long hug. You can ask them for a scalp massage or a foot rub. You can even ask for extra cuddles. Just don't be afraid to be intimate with your spouse in new ways. If you're shut in with someone you're not close to and you don't feel comfortable with intimate touch, you can still ask for a hug, a neck rub, or to hold hands. It can be awkward, but the chances are if you're shut in with another person, even if you're not too close, they're probably feeling a little touch-starved too. So even though this topic came up prior to COVID-19, it's a perfect time to get these self-care ideas out there. So here's a list of self-care ideas to try if you're feeling touch-starved. Number 1, touch yourself with different textures. Try a flower and run it along your skin, or cotton balls, ice cubes, silk fabric. Get creative. Textures are a great way to revive that lifeless skin and generate the new sensations. Number 2, invest in meaningful platonic relationships. Meaning you have to put the effort in. You have to call the person and risk rejection. Try not to focus on all the barriers. Think of the ways it could work. Reaching out to people right now is always appreciated, and you never know when a perfectly timed call can result in a deeper relationship. And while investing in those relationships isn't exactly going to solve your skin hunger at the moment, what you're doing is building a relationship and cultivating potential touch. Number 3, get a pet. It can be so rewarding to have a pet in your life. Yeah, it's sometimes work, but having a pet provides great companionship. Again, like I said earlier, there's nothing more effective than human touch from someone you trust, but really pets are right up there. They provide the most love and comfort, and it's just soothing. Number 4, bath time. Now, I've mentioned this as a self-care technique many times throughout the podcast, and I think it's really underrated. I think a lot of people think, oh, bath time, we're just gonna soak in the tub and let my worries float away. But you really want to invest in yourself, and you really want to make it special. So get like a new loofah or some new body oils to add to the water. Break out the candles, get a good book. They have all kinds of bath bombs that you can get online, and there's all sorts of fun new things to try. You can get a new body scrub. I had this one candy cane one for a long time that I got for Christmas. Ooh, I love that body scrub. It makes my skin so soft. Or there's like the apricot scrubs if you're into that texture. And have you ever seen those chamomile bath soaks? Oh, yes. So awesome. I love those. And you could even add oatmeal, regular old oatmeal, to your bath. I used to get these really bad sunburns as a kid. I'm a total pale face. And I'd love to take these oatmeal baths. And I know it seems weird, but it's just the texture. It feels so soothing. And it works, by the way. It takes the sting right out of any sunburn. Number 5, roll around in the grass. Head out to the backyard. Just make sure you clean up the poop from your pet first. I mean, really get into it. Roll around, get dirty, and feel that cool grass on your skin. The dirt and the earth and all of it. It's just an effort to change that sensitivity and create sensations on your skin. You could invest in new bedding, like getting a new comforter, one of those big plush down comforters, something fancy. Or you could invest in one of those weighted blankets. I've heard they're really good. Or get brand new sheets, like a high thread count. It's the best sleep when you get new sheets. You could do that after you roll around in the grass and take a long hot bath. Just crawl into your new clean sheets. Or, if that's not in your budget, you could just change your sheets. And for my listeners out there, I want to take a minute here, a little sidebar. If you're out there and your first reaction to this idea is like, no way, I'm not spending $100 or more for a blanket, I want you to check out another episode I've done about self-care and spending, because the point is you're worth it. You deserve to buy yourself nice things. And it doesn't always have to be something that you need or a bill or something productive or whatever. So check it out. I can't remember which episode it was, but you can search all the episodes on the website. All right, another way to ease the skin hunger is to brush out your hair. Take your time, use different kinds of brushes, maybe something you're not used to. You could get one of those soft round kinds or those flat square textured ones. I used to have this roommate and her son would lay in his mom's arms and twirl his little fingers in her hair until he fell asleep. It was the cutest thing ever. So take the time, maybe do a blowout and just really spend that time on yourself and lavish yourself with self-love thoughts and thank yourself for all that you do. And just give yourself a little pep talk, tell yourself that you're beautiful. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of positive self-talk while doing self-care. Another idea is you could use body glitter. Okay, so this is a throwback to all my raver candy kids out there. Remember body glitter? I think they call it unicorn snot. There's a bunch of different brands that it's all over the place. You can find it anywhere. Well, just get some of that out and rub it all over. I mean, you could even get some body paints and get creative. You could write some personal messages on your body in eyeliner. Lord knows you put your body through enough. You might as well send it some love too while you're at it. And of course, last but not least, personal touch. Personal self-touch. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to wrap your arms around yourself and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes a self-hug is just the cure. Or lovingly hold your own face. Caress your own arm with compassion. And you know what? If that leads to sexy time touching, there's a place for all kinds of self-care. The point is that self-care during this time is a little challenging. It's hard to feel motivated to do much of anything, and it's actually getting harder and harder to find the silver linings. But we have to try. We have to get crazy and radical with our self-love and compassion right now. We have to change the way we do business with ourselves first. I get that we need to accept that things are going to be different. So let's be different. Let's change and let go of the notion that we need to be hyper productive all the time. Let's agree that during the shelter in place time, that we tend to our needs first and work on developing this really good, loving relationship with ourselves. It really helps to think of yourself as a new friend. Get to know that new friend. Ask. And really listen for the answers of what that new friend needs right now. And don't judge. Don't judge yourself for whatever it is you need. I swear to God, if you just say to yourself one more time that you wish you were doing more, I'm going to bust through these airwaves, shake you by the shoulders, and tell you to snap out of it. Just stop. Stop beating yourself up for not being good enough, or for not being perfect, or doing all the things you think you should be doing. And just let yourself be right now. Some days you'll have all the motivation in the world to embark on all a new and improved you. And sometimes you'll eat ice cream in bed, binge-watching trash TV. It's called balance, and it's okay. It's gonna be okay. The harder and the weirder this world gets, the harder and the weirder the self-care has to be. You have to be your own champion, your own ally. So make sure that you're, surrounding yourself with people that believe in you and that will remind you that until you take care of you first, until you really believe in yourself, you have to practice weird off-the-wall things to jar your mind and to get you into that mindset of taking care of yourself. Because there's no one out there like you. With all your crazy imperfections, you're amazing. You're a really good person and you're doing the best you can, and that's okay. That's all right.